Now, let's say we have a table. How do we find the derivative of the indicate value? Okay, so our h of x is equal to 3 times f of x times g of x per g of x. And we want to find the derivative of this. So x prime of x gonna be, this is the sum of two different functions. So I'm gonna take the derivative of 3fx gx. So 3 is a constant coefficient, so I put a 3 into the front. So we have 3 derivative of fx times g of x plus derivative of g of x. And recall that the product rule, is what? The product rule is equal to the derivative of low d high plus high d low, okay? Or simply just f prime g per g prime f, right? F prime g per g prime f. So we have 3 times f prime g plus g prime f from the product rule. And then the derivative of g of x is just g prime x. And now we want to find h prime of 7. So how do we find h prime of 7? It means your input is 7. So if your input is 7, what is your f of 7? F of 7 is -5. F prime of 7 is 3. G of 7 is 2. And G prime of 7 is -3. So we have 3 F prime of 7 times G of 7 plus G prime of 7 times F prime of F of 7. And then put g prime of 7. So all we have to do is putting our value. F prime of 7 is 3. So times g of 7 is 2. Plus g prime of 7 is -3. Times f of 7 is -5. Plus g prime of 7 is -3. So now we simplify our result. So we have 3 times 6 plus 15 minus 3. And that will give you 6 plus 6, 15 is 21. So 3 times 21 minus 3. So 63 minus 3 is 60. Okay, so that's how you do. Similarly, for the second one, you're going to have a quotient. So you apply quotient rule. So this is high and this is low. This is low. So the quotient rule H prime is low D high. So low D high minus high D low, which is the 3fx. And all over low square. All over low square, which is 3fx squared. Okay, so now we're gonna take the derivative. So we have 3f of x times derivative of g is g prime. Derivative of 2 is constant, so it's 0. So minus g of x plus 2 stay the same. And then derivative of 3f of x. This is the constant coefficient, so it stay the same. So it's going to be 3f prime of x. Because derivative of f is f prime of x. Okay, and that look good. And then we're going to all over 3fx to the power 2. Now simplify that by putting h prime of 7, we have 3f of 7, g prime of 7, minus g prime of 7 plus 2 times 3f prime of 7. Then all over 3f of 7 squared. Now we're just putting the value that we have above. F of 7 is -5. So 3 times -5. G prime of 7 is -3. Minus G prime of 7 is -3. Plus 2 times 3. F prime of 7 is 3. So 3 times 3. All over 3. F of 7 is -5. So -5 and then squared. So that gives us 15 times 3, 45, minus -1 times 9, which is -9. All over 15, -15 squared. And 49 plus 9 will be 54. 15 square will be 225. The negative square become positive, so 225. So 54 over 225, which is 0.24. Okay, or you can leave the answer like that.